100%, yeah. Week in and out, I mean, I'm on there, I think, anywhere between 3.5 to 7 hours, just running laps all by myself, just trying to get used to the racetrack. And
been in the Freak Nation many times. Corey, I'm just getting so freaking confused what series you're running in. Next thing you know, you're going to be running a freaking IMSA car, and I got to put that on your resume. Do you get confused about who to thank and what series you're running in from time to time?
Yeah, sometimes. I've been there before for sure, but Kyle Busch Motorsports this week has done a great job for me. This 51 JBL WWT Pro group has done a phenomenal job the last 3 weeks, really, that I've run. We've run second in qualifying the last 2 weeks, I believe, and then we finally clicked off the pole right there. So, I say finally, this is my sixth start this year, but they've just done an awesome job throughout the year.
You guys had a little bit of practice before your pole run there. Did you know you had the car, or did you have to make adjustments after that practice round?
I feel like we've always got the truck. I feel like we've always got, the speed every single week. And, like I mentioned, we qualified second the last 2 weeks. So I knew the speed would be there. But funny enough, after I was done qualifying, I told my guys, I think I was 20th to qualify, so there's still 19 more after me. And I told my guys, I don't really know if that was a great lap. I feel like the last 2 weeks I ran pretty much perfect. And then this week I'm like, I don't know about that one. So funny enough, we got the pole. I was pretty surprised by that, honestly. The truck just must have a lot of speed.
Are you okay with how things have gone over the last couple of years in which you don't get much practice at any of these tracks? Are you a person that can adapt pretty easily because of that?
Yeah, there's goods and bads to that for sure. I feel like the goods are throughout the week, my team is able to prepare on sim as other teams may not be able to. We have a lot of resources at the shop and at the TRD Center in Salisbury, North Carolina that really allow us to kind of get an upper leg on people. But at the same time, I don't have a lot of experience at these racetracks. So luckily I've been here before, which I feel like definitely factored into the success today. But, for example, Texas, Atlanta, places like that have been a little bit rough on that side where I've just never really seen the racetrack and it's been tough to adapt. So really just kind of differs in and out on a weekly basis.
And then what has clicked for you? Because you did reference the momentum that you're on right now, 2 seconds, now a first, you're a pole qualifier. What changed? What led to this momentum, if anything in particular?
I really feel like just seat time in general is really big for me. Okay. This is I feel like 11th start total in the Truck Series. And, with every start, I feel like I get a little bit better. So hopefully that, progress keeps on coming and I can continue getting better.
You mentioned you've run here before. Did that pay off in your qualifying run?
100%, and just unloading in practice and having a pretty good idea of what the track's going to be like. And I also tested actually 2 weeks ago. I got a rookie test here at Gateway, so I feel like that really gave me an upper leg on the field a little bit right there. So that helped me a lot. But for the most part, I feel like just that entire racing experience kind of giving me an idea on where the track's going to move around, where the grip level is, and just overall just giving me seat time, like I mentioned.
What are the advantages, like the Craftons of the world, and I think the Benedetto's running the full-time series, the guys who are running trucks full-time series, what advantages does that give them outside of the obvious? Because you come out here and get the freaking pole. I mean, is it all about Kyle Busch Motorsports and that truck?
Yeah, I believe that's most of it for sure. I mean, we've had speed every single week, like I touched on earlier. But I feel like just my preparation during the week, as far as doing research and really just going online and just doing all I can to know every single aspect of the racetrack before I get there is definitely huge with the amount of practice we get. 20 minutes is definitely tough on the team to be able to just make the truck perfect, you know what I mean? I think we got 15 laps today, and luckily we unloaded pretty much right where we needed to be. But if you come to the racetrack and you're off a little bit, that's not good. You're gonna have to throw the kitchen sink at it to make it perfect. So like you mentioned, the Craftons and the Benedettos just have all that seat time. So I feel like that really helps them more on the racing side of things, rather than just the pure speed. I mean, you're only able to go as fast as your truck is capable of, and my WWT Pro has been super fast this year. So luckily I've been able to take advantage of that. But once the green flag drops, it's a whole different world out there, and I feel like that's where they really know how to race.
I'm still laughing because you are just rolling through. We talked at the top of this interview about how sometimes could sponsors be confusing going from series to series, but you're just rolling with it. It just goes right off your tongue like you're a 10, 20-year pro.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it just comes with a lot of practice, I guess.
Well, as does driving, like you were saying, seat time.
That's right.
Richard Petty was standing in front of the same banner that you are, and he was talking about how, frankly, sim racing for him doesn't think it would do him any good. But again, I'm not going to argue with the king. But it seems to be doing quite a bit of good for you guys who don't get the practice at these tracks.
Absolutely. It plays a lot for the drivers as far as just getting, kind of like I mentioned, just as far as going online and looking at research. I mean, then you get the aspect of just actually, being hands-on and actually driving the truck, even if it's not real life, it at least gives you a better idea, right? So, and half of it's that, and half of it's really just letting the team make adjustments and also just building up that communication aspect of it. Whereas, if I was just to talk to them at the shop, it's one thing, but if I can actually go out and make practice laps on a simulator and really communicate with them as if I'm actually practicing, I can get a better idea of how to give feedback and how they can communicate with me in the whole 9 yards.
Well, yeah, we see drivers. It's more typical, I think, for road courses than it is for ovals. They walk the track, and that's where they find the bumps or the whatever they find that's going to help them or hurt them. So, yeah, you're doing that essentially on sim. It's got to help.
100%, yeah. Week in and out, I mean, I'm on there, I think, anywhere between 3.5 to 7 hours, just running laps all by myself, just trying to get used to the racetrack. And normally when there's 4 corners and you're on an oval, it's not terribly hard to get used to that. So that's kind of the other aspect of racing for me. I feel like I've been able to go out and have a lot of speed on a weekly basis, but racing is still something that I'm, improving on the daily, just being able to kind of find my groove and find a good pace and be able to run 150, 200, whatever it may be, laps throughout a race.
Yeah, because then there's the endurance factor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what do you do to get ready for that? Are you a weightlifter? Are you a runner? Are you anything?
A little bit of everything, really. Yeah. We have a Toyota Performance Center back in Cornelius, North Carolina.
Right.
And we go there every and so another 20 or so drivers that are involved with the Toyota Racing Development Program. So every day I go there and work out, and I really just make it a habit to just stay hydrated and really just keep my nutrition up too. I got a really strict diet that I feel like is really benefiting me on race days, but I'm still trying to shut off a little bit of this weight, but we're getting there.
Who's the biggest slacker when it comes to working out?
I can't say names. Sometimes me, really. I go in waves, like where sometimes I'm super motivated. I'm just hustling right through it, and I have great workouts. And sometimes it's just tough. I feel like racing is definitely like a mentally tough sport. And I'm always super occupied, super busy. So sometimes going into the gym and hustling for an hour is pretty tough. But I try my best.